Broncos football is officially back, and it's making waves across the NFL. During joint practice, the Denver Broncos sent a message that couldn't be ignored. According to NFL insider Matthew Berry, even a high-ranking member of the Kansas City Chiefs admitted, "We're worried about the Broncos." That's right, Denver is already in the heads of their fiercest rivals and sending shockwaves through the AFC. But it wasn't all good news. Defensive lineman Matt Henningsen is being evaluated for a possible Achilles injury after limping off the field. The team and fans alike are holding their breath, hoping for the best. Now on to the action that set the tone for the day and possibly the season. The Broncos dominated early, winning the first half on both sides of the ball. Defensively, it was a statement performance. Jaquan McMillian snatched an early interception, and J.L. Skinner followed with a perfectly timed pick of his own, setting an aggressive tone that carried through the session. J.L. Skinner's interception wasn't luck, it was pure anticipation. He read the route perfectly, attacked the ball, and came down with it. Jaquan McMillian's pick came off a tipped pass, but both turnovers happened early and set the tone for the day. The defensive line? Absolutely relentless. Denver's front attacked Brock Purdy from the first snap, collapsing the pocket and forcing mistake after mistake. Pressure was constant, sacks were piling up, and three names stood out: John Franklin Myers, Dandre Tillman, and LSU product Savon Jones, who has been quiet in camp but came alive in this session. Sure, San Francisco had its moments. Christian McCaffrey flashed his trademark burst, catching passes in space and making defenders miss. But here's the key: Purdy was checking down to McCaffrey because he had no choice. Denver's pass rush gave him no time, no comfort, and no open deep routes. Last season, the Broncos led the NFL with 63 sacks. If this joint practice was any indication, that dominance isn't going anywhere. The second major takeaway from joint practice? Bo Nix is controlling the game like a seasoned pro. Reports from both Denver and San Francisco media painted the same picture. Nix was in command. His pocket movement was precise, not just standing still to make a read or bailing early to run, but blending both approaches. He maneuvered within the pocket, creating extra time for his receivers to separate, a style reminiscent of Russell Wilson in his Seattle prime. Nix showed poise, patience, and creativity, dancing away from pressure, throwing darts across his body, and zipping passes into tight windows. Inside the red zone, the improvement was obvious. Last season, inside the 10-yard line, Nix was surgical, completing 71% of his passes, one of the best marks in the NFL. But between the 10 and 20, his accuracy dropped sharply. That's the area he's attacking this offseason, working to master the intermediate red zone game. And if this practice was any preview, that part of his playbook is about to become a real weapon. If Bo Nix sharpens that mid-red zone accuracy, this offense will be firing on all cylinders. He's already showing deep ball confidence, connecting on 20-plus yard strikes to Marvin Mims, Troy Franklin, and Courtland Sutton. The highlight of the day belonged to Sutton, a leaping, fingertip grab in the back of the end zone for a touchdown. The crowd erupted, and it felt like one of those moments only possible between a quarterback and his true WR1. But not everything went Denver's way. After dominating the first half, the 49ers pushed back in the second. San Francisco tightened their coverage, applied more pressure, and made it clear they weren't going to roll over. It was a reminder that even in a strong performance, the Broncos still have to finish with the same intensity they start with. After a blazing start, the Broncos hit some turbulence. In the final move-the-ball period, the 49ers pieced together a 70-second touchdown drive against Denver's defense. The Broncos' offense responded, moving into field goal range but no touchdown. In a real game, it would have meant overtime. It's worth noting, most of that late surge from San Francisco came against Denver's second unit. The starters had been dominant, but the backups couldn't match the same pace or pressure. Against a team stacked with weapons like George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk, and rookie Ricky Pearsall, that drop-off mattered. Still, there's no ignoring the bright spots. The Broncos' starting pass rush looked like a force of nature, repeatedly forcing Purdy into quick checkdowns to McCaffrey. And this wasn't a test against a weak opponent. San Francisco is a legitimate playoff contender, only a few years removed from a Super Bowl appearance. Facing that level of competition now will pay dividends when the real games start. The 49ers aren't the only tough test in joint practices. Teams like the Browns have proven early season matchups can be brutal. That's why this battle with San Francisco is so valuable for Denver as they prepare for Week 1 against the Tennessee Titans. And let's finish on a high note. The Broncos' playmakers are stepping up. The wide receivers, in particular, have been electric. Marvin Mims, Troy Franklin, and Courtland Sutton each delivered big plays in practice, with Sutton's veteran consistency anchoring the group. Last season, Denver ranked just 28th in play success rate, a reflection of young players adjusting to Sean Payton's complex offense. Now, with a year of experience under their belts, guys like Bo Nix, Franklin, and Devin Veal are looking sharper and more confident. The WR1 spot is locked down by Sutton. But the battle for WR2 is wide open. Marvin Mims, Troy Franklin, Devin Veal, and even Pat Bryant, who's been one of the standouts of camp, are all in the hunt. One of them will seize that role, and when they do, Denver's passing attack could hit another gear. With a year of experience in Sean Payton's system, many of Denver's young players are poised for a major leap in 2025. The expectation, backed by analytics, is a higher play success rate and a smoother, more efficient offense. Looking ahead, 3 receivers stand out as likely to top 500 yards this season: Courtland Sutton, Marvin Mims, and rookie Troy Franklin. If all 3 hit that mark, Denver's passing attack could become one of the most balanced in the AFC. The bottom line, this Broncos team is sharper, deeper, and more confident than they were a year ago. The pieces are in place. Now it's about execution, consistency, and proving to the league that Denver is back to contend. Mile High is ready. The season can't come soon enough.